All right, so we're out here. It's top 16 ceremony, which I didn't know anything about. I was sitting on the grid over there waiting, but now we're doing top 16, so this is kind of cool behind the scene. It's weird because you stand here and you like hear everybody's name called, and then you're like, oh, it's no big deal, and then it hits Austin. Like Austin will be right before me, and then I'll be like, oh crap, here it comes. I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then you just give them a wave, and it works out good. But it's weird. It's
do you
weird.
Do like the pageant wave?
No, I don't do the pageant wave. I usually give like the Irish goodbye. And that's about it. Yeah, there you go.
There.
What are you doing, Mata? What's your plan?
Dude, it's just... That's it. They get the palm tap and that's it. That's a height or some shit.
It's time, dude. You're gonna get in trouble, bro.
You literally need that.
Yeah.
It's like this. The arm is bent.
Just saying, yeah, the arm's bent.
I'm holding this now.
Yeah, there you go.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
Here we go, Kelsey Rawlings out front, Micah Diaz in the chase position. Micah Diaz tempering the flame, now throwing it down. And Kelsey Rawlings initiates back. Some shimmying into that second outside zone. Very interesting there, approach from Kelsey Rawlings. I believe that threw off Micah Diaz a little bit there. He definitely was getting close, but then Kelsey, you saw, make a little bobble, a little correction past that front clip into that second outside zone. Let's take a look at it again. Ryan, walk us through.
Well, I think, you know, as a chase driver, you want to make sure you don't get overly aggressive and put yourself in a position where you have to back off and then make a mistake. But you want to push enough that you can maintain proximity. Right here, Diaz is really pushing hard, and he falls off a little bit. He misses his outside zone 2, or he doesn't follow Kelsey out to outside zone 2. She misses it as well. Now, as we get into the final section of the course, you can see right here, this is where that happened.
Yeah.
You see both drivers. It was a little bit more extreme from Diaz. He could have gone out a little bit deeper with Kelsey had he put himself in a position better from inside clip 1. But here he's going to make much more of an impression through this final section. Close the door a little bit, not get all the way bumper to bumper, but enough to gain proximity there towards the end. So I think this lead run is going to be super important.
Like a tech startup guy. Here we go. Micah Diaz out in front. Kelsey Rawlings in the chase position. Micah holds fast. Now transitions past that front clip. Micah Diaz, good execution here. Kelsey Rawlings quite a bit back. Some swinging into that third outside zone. Hits it and quits it. Kelsey, whoa, buddy. Kelsey looks like man. I mean, you can really understand them getting lost in the smoke. It's crazy.
Well, regardless of what happened to Kelsey there, this was the lead run that Micah Diaz needed to make a point of difference here in comparison. Let's take a look at it from initiation. He kind of has a slight hesitation, but after that, he gets back on it. He's maintaining good throttle control. And notice, out to outside zone 2, fluid transition to outside zone 3, and then continues to stay on the throttle to outside zone 4. Now we're winding back to the power alley. Let's watch and take our eyes, or put our eyes on Kelsey here, see what happens. She starts on that mid line. It's been happening to a lot of people, and then starts moving out wide, and by that time does not have enough course to work with her on that line. It looks like she pushes way off course and does not make it back on. Meanwhile, Diaz is out front, doing a pretty good job in the lead position, fulfilling most of the obligations that the lead driver has. And with that mistake from Kelsey, obviously that is going to be the nail in the coffin. If that didn't happen, then we'd have a much more tighter battle.
Yep, so Micah Diaz gets Chris Yulesbo, as does Lontaine gives it to him, and Eggert. So Micah Diaz holds fast, moves on. Unfortunately for Kelsey Rawlings, she is knocked out. You just saw him just absolutely dominate. He had more horsepower, especially through that sweeper. You saw person in the chase position just lunging forward against Lynn. Let's see how Micah Diaz fares against that Cash Racing G37. Transitioning through, and there it is. The horsepower difference showing up right now. Woo, look at that, Ryan. I mean, now is where it's going to get interesting because as they alternate positions, like I said, Jonathan Hurst had that power on deck and was really flexing on Lynn. I think that might be the case here, but Mike has got to run his own run, man.
Yeah, you cannot take Jonathan Hurst lightly. He got into the outside zone. He used that latest point of initiation to really carry a lot of speed, and it helped him a lot. Notice the transitions are still snappy. He's getting into the second and third outside zone pretty deeply, and Diaz is having a little bit of trouble keeping pace. and this is where the separation starts to happen through the power alley. But notice Hurst is getting out to outside zone 2, so he's not running away trying to get to outside zone 3. He's using the power of the car, driving it pretty solidly, and Diaz is just not able to close that gap. It wasn't a full runaway. Diaz still played a role, but as soon as we get to this section of the course here, you can see he really starts to accelerate, and Diaz does have to make an adjustment there by driving through the center, not really getting into outside zone 2 to gain back a little bit of the proximity that he lost. You want to get some? You want to get data? Is that what you wanted?
Let's get some data, bro.
Yeah, St. Louis.
Okay, there you go. Thank you for reminding me. Seems like forever ago, and it seems like yesterday, all at the same time. Here we go. Micah Diaz, hold fast. That BMW takes out that front flip, and look at, there we go. Hurst flexing on him, making it rain, cash racing. Micah Diaz, like you said, like we talked about, he's got to run his own run, but Hurst really feeling the pressure. Did I see a little hand there from Micah? I believe I might have seen him kind of, come on, buddy, get close. Stick it to the wall. Let's take a look at it again. Really good lead run by Micah Diaz. He knew how much horsepower was there. His spotter saying, go for it.
Well, we complimented Hurst in this last battle about how well and how sophisticated his chase run was leading up into inside clip number 1. He does something pretty similar here. He does back off on outside zone 2, but notice the proximity, how strong it is. And Diaz is running a good enough run that it allows Hurst to tuck up on the inside, stay door to door there, tapping him through the finish line and not letting him get away. Let's take a look at it again from inside clip 1. Diaz just taps it there. Hurst a little bit shallow on outside zone 2,
yeah,
but he's going to make up for it here as he gets through outside zone 3, and then he follows the line that Diaz is running through the final outside zone and right through the finish line there. So great job by Diaz in the lead, and Hurst looking strong in that chase position.
Yeah, I didn't like how Hurst managed from the front clip to the third outer zone, you know, just really lack of angle, but both of them kind of were consistent on that, you know, with Diaz out front, but Hurst in that chase position. I think if he would have poured more angle at it, Diaz would have gapped him there. So slide him left for Hurst, right for Diaz, and it looks like Jonathan Hurst is getting the win. Jonathan Hurst gets the win and moves on into the final 4.
We're gonna have to talk about how I lost. We'll talk about how I lost because Tony didn't lower the tire pressures. We got smoked by Jonathan Hurst. Way to go, Tony.
He has 400 more horsepower.
He has 1,000 horsepower.
Tony's fault.
But his car's also set. No, it's Tony's fault. We've already been over this. Tony's a little on edge.
He just misses his dog.
I think that's what it is. We were messing with Tony. Well, we weren't really messing with Tony, but then we started blaming him and then he got upset. Point is, we lost. Jonathan Hurst got us. He's got 1,000 horsepower. His car's just fast. He's just fast. We just got outran, which kind of sucks. We threw down a super gangster lead run, I felt like. A lot of angle in outer zone 4 and throttle, and when you drive like that, it gives the chase driver an opportunity to get up on your door, and that's what Hurst did. He did exactly what he was supposed to do, and I was doing exactly what I was supposed to do. The car's just faster. So he did good. He beat me.
He beat everyone. He won.
Oh, you won?
Yeah.
Oh, you beat everybody. He's a good driver, for sure. I knew when Hurst beat Lynn, I was like, damn it, I wish Lynn would have won. No, nothing against Lynn, I just was more confident going against him because I feel like I could beat him. Going against Hurst, I knew Hurst was really fast. So when we found out that Hurst was going against us and then Tony didn't lower the tire pressure, we got smoked. So it is what it is. He's a good driver. They did great. He was super apologetic about hitting me, and I was like, nah, dude, don't be sorry. Like, that was gangster. Like,
He was on who apologized to you in Seattle, too, for hitting you, right?
yeah, he hit me in practice, though. But it was different, though, because he hit me in practice and hit me pretty hard. And then I kind of like did a stupid little like, what the hell, man, out the window. And then he came up to me after and apologized. And I was like, look, first of all, I'm ashamed of my response. That's not how I should have reacted toward you doing gangster things with me. I should have been like, good job, and we're all here to tandem, and things happen, people get hit. So good on you. My bad, if anything, for acting like a weenie. Yeah, really, really nice. So I told him like, great job and all that. And then when I saw him in the pit, I went up to him and I was like, you bastard, you hit my car. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm just kidding, dude. You did really good. So we're like tied for 7th. So pretty much, I don't know who we're tied with. Well, Human Rahimi. So if we go into round 4 and Human gets ahead of us in points, but nobody else moves ahead of us in points, then we'll be in 8th position. If Human doesn't and we get like first, then we can jump all the way up, I think, to most to 5th. That's not a bad season for a rookie year, but it's obviously not what we wanted. I wanted to come in and dominate, but there's a lot of learning. There's a big learning curve when you start going against cars that have a lot of traction and tracks that are a lot more wide open than we've ever really driven. So benefit is we're going to Irwindale. Benefit is I've driven that track. Benefit is it's my favorite track, and my favorite layout is the FD layout. So all these Midwest boys, get ready, dog. Heat's coming, boys! Stay safe.